The association between Fairford and Concorde, a very long one, and this was the 25th anniversary of the first flight of Concorde, which ended at Fairford.
Yep.
After quite some years' absence, British Airways came back to do some charter flights.
And of course, yes, Goodwood Travel, when they were trying to resurrect the profitability of Concorde flying, we did a deal with them, so they arrived with passengers from London, who then went back by coach after the show, and they took another load back to London, who had arrived by coach, and there's Brian Trubshaw, of course,
yes,
who brought the British aeroplanes into Fairford those years earlier. And it was a proud time for him to have the Concorde back. And of course, we did supersonic flights during the show out over the Bay of Biscay, didn't we?
Yeah.
All making a little bit of money for the Royal Air Force Benevolent Fund in those days.
Brian was one of the members of the Flying Control Committee, wasn't he?
That's right. A man who didn't say very much, but when he said something, everybody listened. He kept his counsel until the right moment and was, as a consequence, very, very effective. Great member of our original team. Because we had B. Beaumont on the team of Flying Control Committee in those days, and Duncan Simpson had formed it, and Roy Moxham. So we had a very, very powerful team.
Great British test pilots.
Yes.
And Concorde came back several years running after that, didn't it? Always doing a couple of arrivals and departures during the show.
It did.
There was a fly past with the Red Arrows.
That's right, in the good old days again.
Yep.
It was a very important feature, and so many local people from around Fairford took charter flights to London or around the Bay of Biscay, and because they were fond of it from its time here at Fairford, and it used to operate out of the hangar that we had our big gala dinner in on the Friday night each time.
And didn't the Park and View at the eastern end use the area that had been set aside for people to watch Concorde test flying from?
That's right.
Back in the day.
More nostalgia, yes.
Yeah.
There were some interesting times in later years when we were asked to have the Concorde back, or send it back early to do a British Airways flight, which was very difficult because at the time we had a flying display which was properly timed, and safety was the main consideration, and yeah, we had some tense moments when we didn't release the aeroplane.